India versus England is now just one sleep away. Yes, that's right. Once you are done with getting your night's rest, you will in fact be ready to watch the first round of action between baseball era England and, well, row ball era India. But the major focus, aside from the Shoaib Bashir controversy, which we have already spoken about in great detail, is of course going to be the pitch. How is the pitch going to play? And now we do know for a fact that it is going to be a spinning deck. We made that pretty clear. We've seen some of the visuals. In fact, you can see one right now. And take a closer look at how the pitch looks. You know full well that this pitch is going to be turning. In fact, I doubt you're getting 5 days of test cricket out of this particular test match. But hey, let's wait and watch. That being said, if we are to speculate about, let's say, the nature of the pitch, it is worth actually speculating whilst keeping in mind what it is that has been said about the pitch by people who were A, in the know of how this thing was going to turn out, or B, people who have actually looked at the pitch and then made a fair assessment. And two people who we know have looked at it and made a pretty fair assessment of how it is are, of course, India head coach Rahul Dravid and Indian skipper Rohit Sharma, both of whom have already said that, it is going to spin, one in a very direct way, other in possibly a subtler way. First, let's take a look at what it is that Rahul Dravid said. Now, he said that, look, we'll have a look at the wicket once it starts. By that, he means once the test match starts, and figure it out. It looks a good one and it will spin a bit. How quick and how fast, I'm not sure. Now, again, he's made it very clear that the pitch, whilst looking good, it is going to spin a bit. But what he's not sure about is how quickly the pitch will start, let's say, turning, and how fast, as in what are the degrees of spin that you can be expecting from this pitch. What he does know for sure is it is going to be spinning. That is Rahul Dravid's opinion on the entire matter. Rohit Sharma takes a slightly different approach, let's say, because whilst he also reiterates, like Dravid, that the pitch looks good, he talks less about the pitch and more about the skills that would be required to survive on such pitches. He said that, look, the pitch looks good. This is exact words. You need to be very clear in your mind and need to have a clear game plan. Don't be in two minds. The pressure of a test match is different. Stick to your strengths. Basically, what he's saying is, look, the pitch is going to turn. You need to have a clear game plan about it. If you're going in with a tentative approach saying, okay, maybe I'll defend at some balls, or should I actually just go all out and attack, it's going to catch you out anyway. So you need to have a clear game plan. You need to stick to that game plan, and you need to ensure that you're playing to your strengths. What he's saying is, look, it's going to spin. There's nothing you can do about it. You may as well go ahead and deal with it rather than think about how it's going to play. That's an indirect, let's say, reading of things. But it is very clear because he says that you need to be clear in your mind and everything. Look, if this were a sporting track, you know for a fact, you wouldn't be mentioning anything of the sort. But what he's saying is, look, you're going to get a spinning track. You need to be clear with your approach, and then and only then you'll get success. But enough about what it is that the Indians are saying. It is also worth looking at how it is that certain people in the British media, whether it be former personalities or even journalists who are on the ground to cover this particular match, are reacting. Now, one of the first interesting reactions that came in before we actually get to look at the Hyderabad pitch was from Kevin Peterson, who says very clearly in a tweet that I cannot for the life of me believe that Hyderabad won't spin on day one. Those were his exact words, and bear in mind that this was before the pitch actually broke cover. So we hadn't seen what the pitch looked like, but this was Kevin Peterson's fair assessment. And you know what? I think it's a fair assessment in the sense that he's not trying to be snarky. He's not trying to demean or downplay anyone or anything. All he's saying is that, look, based on recent history, we know for a fact the pitch is going to spin. So he's saying, I cannot for the life of me believe it isn't going to be turning on day one. You saw that happen with a lot of pitches in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and hell, even the last time England toured. After that first test against Chennai, you were only getting ranked turners. So he's going by prior history and saying it's going to spin. And he further elucidated that saying, see, I told you it's going to look like a spinning pitch. And that's exactly how it looks. But one very interesting comment came from a BBC reporter who happens to be at Hyderabad. In fact, his name is Stephen Shimlet. His tweet we've put in here, and you can see it in full screen right about now. And he says that, the groundsman has peeled back the covers for McCullum, that is Brendan McCullum, the head coach, Key, that is Rob Key, and England Lions head coach Dinesh Karthik to take a look at the Hyderabad pitch. He further adds that to my very untrained eye, that end is very bare. Again, He's made it very clear that this is a pitch that he also got to get a look at when it had been peeled back for the likes of McCullum, Rob Key, Dinesh Karthik to take a look at. And he says that the one end which he got to saw looked very, very bare. Confirms your suspicions, doesn't it? If it looks bare and it means that you've not really watered certain parts of the pitch, or for that matter, most of the pitch, then what happens is that part tends to dry out quicker. It will start disintegrating and brings the spinners into the game pretty much instantly. Now, you can have your own opinions on whether this is a good thing for Test cricket or not. You can say that, if you go abroad, like how India went to South Africa and get a pitch like you got in Newlands, then you shouldn't really be complaining about a pitch like this, which I say fair. But if you're someone who's a romantic of the game, someone who wants to see an even contest between bat and ball, maybe a pitch like this doesn't really suit you, just like a pitch at Cape Town when India played South Africa doesn't really suit you, doesn't float your boat. Maybe you like a pitch like this. Who really knows? No opinion is wrong in this regard. That's why I really want to hear from you guys what you think about the pitch, how it's going to play, and whether or not it's a good thing or bad thing. So let us know all of that in the comments below. And please don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon as well. Also, go ahead, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTech app. And if you're already on the channel, well, then go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, though, from my side, it's goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow for coverage of the first test.